Didn't need to make the change. If it's working, why change it? My question was, can they last at this intensity for the full duration of the game? And certainly this is a good start from South Africa with Van der Merwe taking that perfect intercept into that pocket.
And that 8-goal gap appears again. Oh, just loose. Interesting point though that South Africa, their bench has experience throughout this series. They've used a number of players up and running.
Still no Bongi Msomi for the South African side. He's happy to sit on that bench, especially when this combination of Dreyer and Crystal is working well for South Africa.
She said that to the coach, didn't she? Take me out, I'm happy to be on the bench.
That's great leadership, I feel. You know, you've got to know what is best for the team, and you don't have to be, as a captain, you're not guaranteed to have a starting opportunity. You need to fight for it. And she did say that both these players earned a starting opportunity.
South Africa.
Bella, one of the changes for this game for South Africa. Great ball, cross court. Malcolm jumps up on her toes. Thought she could have maybe got a bit closer to that one.
Yes. Just stand up and out of play, that's it.
Just hear Francis talking to Williams, anticipating what South Africa are going to do.
That's great vision from Corbin. Finding Fisher under that pole, unmarked by Maweni.
Does seem to be a bit cleaner for England through to their attacking end at the moment.
Center. England. Advantage obstruction.
Haythornthwaite. Good movement from Jade Clark and Kadeen Corbin. 1-2 with Haythornthwaite. Oh, and that contact was called again. Just take a breath, take a moment before where you're going to deliver it.
Maweni! She's on fire. She is doing the things that make the pots to be done in that circle.
Switched on. She switched on.
Very switched on.
Goal attack obstruction.
And easy as you do it, through it goes. Pumza Maweni, relatively new to the netball game, given her age. What a brilliant, brilliant sportswoman.
And there's been a lot of talk whether or not Pumza only plays well when Carla Pretorius is with her in the goal defense position. Well, today she's proving everybody wrong that she's capable of doing it with Zanele Vimbele assisting her.
England.
Still haven't managed to catch a shot of her son in the crowd at 10 years young. That was almost perfect timing. He's aged a bit if that was, but I don't think it was. Clark. Oh. Stood up well, George Fisher.
Yes, step forward. Thanks, shooter. South Africa.
Again, just creeping away from England, 32-26. Just under 9 minutes of this one. Reminder, England are 2-0 up in the series, but this is a very different performance we're seeing from South Africa. Corbin was free for a while then. Did well to get free again.
South Africa.
And that area of the court certainly working better for England.
working much better. What an error here for the SPAR Proteas, losing that center pass. Oh, Zanele Vimbela from nowhere.
Well, I was just about to say maybe the past couple of days we're getting into the legs of South Africa. Vimbela doesn't have that excuse. Her fresh legs of today popping up and coming away with that win.
Definitely have to pay off. She has been on the bench for 2 games. She's hungry to play and she's doing a super job. Also lifting her hand up and giving the coach something to think about when considering a team that's going to play in the Nations Cup in January.
Frustration for her, though, is that they couldn't deliver that opportunity up the other end, and England now have it back. Oh, good body on body in that circle. And smart from George Fisher. Oh, and England's centre pass as well. So this to close in within 4.
Yeah, England taking it to South Africa in this quarter.
It's a real test now of South Africa, and they've just failed that particular one. Clark and Williams, her introduction has certainly helped with Malcolm too. Just defensively, things tighten up for England. Now they're getting those turnovers, that joy, giving the opportunity up into the hands of Kadeen Corbin, and the 30 up for England. They can smell South Africa. They're closing in on them.
And I did put this question, Caroline. I said, can South Africa run at this high intensity with the same combination for a full duration of the game? It's starting to tell now. The fatigue is starting to creep in. Will the coach ring in some fresh legs, make a change?
Who's she going to bring on? We've seen Radaman come on before. Does she change that circle that was working so well? Arguably, is it the circle, or is it just better defensive work from England as well that's stopping South Africa getting those moments through? Corbin. Clark now on her backside too, seeing all this pressure being put on through England.
Up on the land goal defence. Construction goalkeeper, advantage goal.
That's a very mobile circle all of a sudden from the English Roses. A lot of movement from Fisher and Corbin.
You can just see on the how even it has been through this game in terms of getting those chances, just the shooting percentage, but going up, creeping up from England. South Africa were sat on 93% at one stage as well.
And one thing I'm seeing now from the English Roses, they're setting up the defence that has been working for them phenomenally in the past 2 test games and really putting the pressure on the South African attack.
There's another one.
Advantage offside.
Oh, great take from Fisher. Stretching the whole of her wingspan.
Giving something different, he's Fenter.
Oh, Malcolm now. And Fisher comes out for it. Ends up in England hands. Outnumbering South Africa. Quick transition through court, making the most of it, and how sweet was that shot?
Brilliant, you can see the face expression. Most clinical I've seen Corbin in this test series.
Third quarter, so important. And England, are they about to draw level?
Yes.
Yeah, we call it the championship quarter, this one. Just look at Fisher. The confidence has grown in confidence since the introduction of Kadeen Corbin.
There you go.
See our coach not having a very frustrated look there. He's coached the Red Badenhorst.
I would too. That's come out.
I would too.
Yeah. Look at that run from England.
Goal defence, obstruction just inside. It was arms, yes.
Oh, don't do that. Replay. That was one off the teeth.
Let's go, easy girls.
And Ziggy Berger, you can't even stop her shouting from the benches. Not even the whiplash suffered yesterday.
Listen, if she would want to play with that neck brace, I promise you, that's how she loves the sport so much. She'll say, put me on court, I'm okay.
If nothing else, you think her teammates would look across at her and say sorry for just making you a little bit more animated. Because they had 2 moments then that they could have perhaps eased her nerves and her tension. That one will get her shouting again, though.
Contact goal attack.
So 11 intercepts from South Africa and 4 from England. 20 turnovers from South Africa and 15 from England. You see Ina Marie Venter calling for time there. There's going to be a change made by coach Doreen Badenhorst. We're seeing Lefebvre Rademan coming on court as a fresh legs.
And it was in that first game, dare I mention it, when extra time happened that Rademan in this quarter made that change and made that difference. England took a little while to work her out, but they've been exposed to her style now. They'll know what they're up against.
Yeah, I agree with you, Caroline. But she's a very smart player. She's able to reinvent herself, very creative in the shooting circle. Works well with Lenise Potgieter, and what I love about her is that when she gets that ball, she does not hesitate. She has the confidence to convert the goals, and that's what she's going to need to do in this game.
She gives you that movement around the circle, bobbing and weaving, finding space, in and out, pulling those defenders around. Very much like we saw last time she was on court. It works when you've got Potgieter there to back you up, doesn't it?
Yeah, to take those rebounds, most definitely. There's a chance for the SPAR Proteas to make this a 2-goal lead.
I know that will frustrate the coach, but given this atmosphere, the cauldron that they're in, it is quite easy to break early, just to overcook it.
Vantage contact centre.
Well, in a game of fine margins, they've gone 2 goals up, South Africa, and a chance for the 3 that could prove all important come the end of this one.
Contact goal attack.
Must say, Caroline, pardon me, you know, this is a great test of character for South Africa to be leading almost, you know, the entire game and allowing England to creep back in. They have everything to play for. They couldn't have had the start that they had to let this game slip through their fingers. So they're going to be required to dig deep in this game and make sure that they close it off and bank a win. Obviously, England's just not going to allow them to just, you know, make that happen. They've come back
roll over and tickle their
7 goals down.
But this is a situation that South Africa have watched with England. They've watched England be ahead all this series and pulled them back, but just not had quite enough in the tank. But now they've got enough as we head into the final 15 minutes. Last minute and a half of this 3rd quarter. England will still be behind, but they'll be a lot closer and with a lot more hope heading into that last 15. Held ball though, held ball. Well, I said they'd be a lot closer, but could this make things interesting? They were 6 goals ahead at half-time, South Africa. Four ahead now.
Game on. This last quarter is going to be electrifying. Last 15 minutes of this international test series coming up.
Vantage obstruction goal attack.
Wow.
Goal defense. Goal defense.
They won't mind. They'll take as long as they like. They'll keep asking questions. Just counts down that clock. Another one off for South Africa. Well, their lead that they saw nibbled away at by England in this quarter, they pulled it back and they're about to extend their lead, heading down to the last 15 minutes. Everyone thinks they're a coach, right? And now South Africa are coaching themselves on court.
On court. Centre. Centre. England centre. Centre. You're out.
We thought we'd seen it all. We were never ready for this great performance from both these teams in this last test match.
But that was key from Stacey Francis, and then given away again by England. Not enough time on the clock shortly.
Players, hold tight. It's an intentional obstruction, it's a caution, and it's a delay. So we're down here. Down here, down here.
Caution and a delay against England. So still time on the clock? No, but South Africa will match their lead as they head into the final quarter. Well, this is unknown territory for England. For the Roses, something to think about. For South Africa, we said it'd be a test of their mentality. So far ahead, rolled back in by England, and now they find themselves back in front in the Bellevue Arena. 41 plays 36, 15 more minutes of this series to go. Maybe, just maybe, extra time too. Well, we wondered how England would come back from half-time, from being behind two, but it was South Africa that dealt with that comeback and then put their foot down again. 5 goals the difference, as it was at half-time. For so long in this series, England have been in front and they have their own puzzles to work out, but South Africa just solving those changes from England and pushing ahead as we head into that last 15. So looking at that goal percentage going up for both England and South Africa, just dropping away slightly. That was the difference. England were making their moments count, but Sanella, South Africa was still getting those turnovers, still getting joy.
They're getting the turnovers, which is good. They need to convert the turnovers, and really, I love the last bit of energy that they brought in this third quarter. Caroline, everything to play for with 50 minutes remaining in this game. And we're looking at the player comparison: Fisher and Potgieter, 94% goal percentage and 90 for Fisher. And this is the level that you want to be shooting at if you're playing in an international test series.
(41-36) then, that's the task in front of England Roses. But for South Africa, a performance that we've not really seen in full through this series at the moment. Their legs are standing up, their mentality standing up, and they're giving Jess Selby plenty to think about. Series already won, of course, for England, 2-0 up, but South Africa determined to beat them in Cape Town. This will be the host of the World Cup in 2023. And players looking to be there. Venter, who missed the last World Cup through injury, come onto court and shown her strength as well. Kadeen Corbin arguably had her best game for England yesterday, reintroduced into this one, and has shown just maybe something a little bit different inside that attacking end for England. Former South Africa captain Zanella Dodano alongside me, and Sanella, we're just having a little look around to see if any changes have made. We think that they'll ride this out through to the last 15. England now have had that chance to settle into it in that third quarter. Those changes that happened maybe gave South Africa a little bit of a short, sharp shock, which they rode out. We impressed the South Africans the way they dealt with that in that last quarter.
Very impressed with the way the SPAR Proteas took those changes, and in that third quarter also taking in the introduction of the Velodrome on that goal attack. They quickly adapted, and they made it work for themselves. 50 minutes left. They have everything to play for. This is the start that they also want to make sure that they use their centre pass and convert the goal. Lenise Potgieter making no mistake.
And that's what we've seen from him at the start of every quarter as well. Taking those moments. Van der Merwe came through.
That is contact win.
That's Phumza Maweni at work again in that circle for South Africa. She has been outstanding, consistently so in this game. Exercising patience are South Africa. That's a brilliant give and go from Gisel. Makes no mistake again, Lanier SPAR Proteas. You must know when she takes those shots from that distance, her confidence levels are on a high.
Advantage offside. To obstruction goal defence. England. Fine.
England need to be quicker on these transitions through, but difficult. And South Africa putting on such a great defensive display. Always legal, of course. Haythornthwaite, England captain. Oh, how she'd want in her first England captain series to take a clean sheet.
Contact centre, centre third. Centre third.
England would have
England centre,
expected
that's
this,
it.
Anella, from South Africa coming out in this final quarter. And all the time we've questioned actually the
time
staying
bid, someone's bid.
power of South Africa. Showed it in that very first test, taking it all the way. This lead at the moment, you think they can
Thanks, goal
maintain it?
defence.
They have to maintain it, Caroline. If we
Contact
go
and
by
attack
the
out of hand.
past two test games that they've played, they weren't able to do it. But I think psychologically, you know, they are in it and they're going to go all the way. They've worked so hard, had a brilliant start and maintained the lead throughout this game. They cannot go and let it go in the last few minutes like they have been in the past, like they had in the past two test games.
South Africa.
Goal for goal, not good enough for England. They need those intercepts. Oh, beautiful ball over the top. Risky, risky. And that's kind of what we've seen from South Africa, not afraid to take risks throughout this tournament as well, with substitutions, with changes.
Yep, back to that 6-goal lead.
Standing centre obstruction.
Oh, that won't get into the hands of Malcolm. There's the desire and hunger from South Africa.
Just too smooth, just too good. Unfortunately, Runnerman unable to sink that one.
Inside the circle.
Romay thought she had taken that
It's
intercept.
inside the circle,
It's just so
please, keeper.
dramatic. It's just so
Yep.
dramatic. But this is what we expect in the last quarter for Test Series.
And it is worth stressing
Obstruction.
just the experience that this South Africa team have. England and this 7 that's currently on court as well.
Advantage
This
obstruction.
is the
goal
tight
attack.
tussle we expected. The reset from Kadeen Corbin.
Obstruction.
Oh! What are those winds that roll across Cape Town? I think England needed one of those then.
It could be what fell on Malcolm's head, rather.
Advantage obstruction we attack.
Plenty of time for England to come back in this, but not with South Africa so smooth through. We've seen the England players warming up in the background. I wonder at what point Jess Thirlby thinks about introducing some more, whether she'll play the 7 to the end.
Yep, well, there's a Cardinal still sitting there. Could she come on as a goal shooter for England?
South Africa. obstruction.
Oh, Francis read that beautifully. Just couldn't get in the hands of Williams on the backup.
England.
Yeah, we say dynamite comes in small packages, and that's exactly who Lefebvre Radamane is. She really has been something special and is something special for the SPAR Proteas. One of the newest caps in this team.
But there have been bookends for South Africa. Mawene and Potgieter at both ends have led. And at the moment, proving the ultimate difference for this South Africa side.
Yeah, they're showing up in this game. The South Africans.
Look at those turnovers.
27 turnovers to England 17. Really has been a great effort from South Africa when it comes to defending.
Dreyer and Radaman doesn't mind where she shoots from. There's that smile. It was a grimace, wasn't it, we saw in that third quarter?
Yeah, it's coming back. We're not seeing the teeth yet. We're still waiting to see the teeth from Coach Doreen Barnhorst.
Well, what about this for a moment? Radaman with a lean back, about to pull the 50 up for South Africa. The gap out to 10. Surely England can't pull it back from here. This will be character if they can. 7 3/4 minutes left. Great work again from South Africa. Springing their toes. Fisher just got to do her job. Now back to you defenders.
So my coach at this stage would say, all you have to do is keep your own centre pass. It's easier said than done. Because it's not like England is going to go and fall asleep, and that's what Kadeen Corbin is saying. Oh, she's not happy with that one. She was convinced. It looked like a good take from...
It was a good job she wasn't on screen at that point. Yeah, Corbin went for a little walk down court. Fisher trying to get one back again. They are getting closer, England. But when you've got Potgieter in ridiculous form, there's not a lot you can do.
That's the best word you've used, Caroline. Ridiculous indeed. I was expecting her to play out and get closer to the pole, but she says, no, I can sink it from this distance.
Obstruction. South Africa.
Crowd feeling it now, aren't they? Bongi and Somi said she didn't mind sitting on the bench, sitting this one out. What a brilliant view she's got of her South Africa team. Are they about to win this one?
They're capable of doing it without Bongi Somi, and I'm telling you, she's very proud of her troops. It's also important to be able to lead from the bench or on the bench.
Well, they keep ticking them off, England. They just need to... That's one way of making the ball stick. That would be my method. Get as much chocolate on your hands.
Held. Send a third.
Okay, this could make it interesting. Haythornthwaite opts to go long. Clark's there waiting for him. No! Those hands! How familiar have those hands been throughout this game? The Vimbela Moeni combination, no way through.
So impressed and so happy that Vimbela has stepped up, given an opportunity to get a starting opportunity and also stay the full duration on court. She has been hungry to play, and the coach has shown trust and confidence in her. She's been phenomenal for South Africa in that goal defense position.
Well, again, that was all that great work defensively from South Africa. Another one off. There's beautiful singing going on inside the Velodrome now.
Whole time injury, goal defense.
So a change is coming for England. A couple of changes. 3 changes. Take all 7. No, just the 3. So everyone's changing off. This will give South Africa another problem. In with that centre bib, Nat Panigari to another change. There's Cardwell on at goal attack. Francis still with that goal defensive on to Malcolm, a wing defence. The ball bulleted in to Cardwell, who's come out for it. Obstruction then from Drea. Panigari finds Cardwell. Cardwell in that circle now with George Fisher.
Yeah, see England opting for that height, tall and tall in that shooting circle to close this match off.
This one is not done yet. Back to 7. Now they need that defensive work again. Okay, England. Panigari goes low for that one. Cardwell back out doing work, and Maweni on the fly through. England will have it. Did you expect anything else from this series that's given you a little bit of everything? Cardwell with another. How's the heart doing, Zanella?
It's still beating.
Now the defense cries again. We haven't heard those yet in this game.
Oh no! Fisher missing it again under the post.
Oh, that one will hurt. With 3 minutes on, had that one gone in, reset England.
Carol, I think it's fair to say it's done.
You think it's done? Never done till it's done. Another Duns. Rachel Dunn, she's not here.
She's not here until that fat lady sings, they say.
Oh, there's one! Malcolm just tips off the top. They won't mind whether that ball's gone into the harbour, round past Nando's.
Thanks for your attack. Yes.
6 goals, 2.5 minutes.
Not going to happen, is it? They need the ball now, England. South Africa won't let them have it, protecting it like a newborn child, taking it around court. Rademan, she'll have a go from here. Kwashi on at that position, puts her off. Good backup with Francis. Into Malcolm.
Contact goal is high.
Kwashi. Great defensive work again from South Africa. England will need to be quick. It is possible, but surely too much. That's it gone. Surely that's it gone.
Yeah, I think it's done. That was great from Zanele Vimbele.
Advantage offside and holding centre.
Drea will take the time, pass it off to Potgieter. And there are a few certainties in life, but you get the ball to Lenise Potgieter, and given her form, particularly over this series, she'll make it go through. Now they can showboat. Enjoy the moment on court.
Way too good. Just too good they've been. This combination of Potgieter and Rademan. Something special is brewing there.
Advantage offside, centre third. Centre third.
Yeah, that is one of the new combinations for South Africa. That's another reason to be cheerful for them. Great little feed through.
The side keeper.
But for England, Zanella, even though they'll have lost this one, so little time spent together in these combinations. This whole cell changes through the squad, just 4 that arrived here from that World Cup, up against the 9 that were here for South Africa. And they have tried and shown those moments. Great to see Stacey Francis back in too. But for player of the match, I guess you could go either end. Are you going to go Potgieter or are you going to go Maweni? Zanella, who's your player of the match?
Definitely going Kumza Maweni. I think she's been outstanding, so consistent, turning ball after ball for South Africa. We've been waiting, looking for her, looking to her to step it up in the defense for South Africa, and I think today she arrived and is worthy of being the player of this match.
Both ends then impressive for South Africa, but through court as well. They've shut down England, made them work across that court. But as the clock counts down inside the Velodrome, it's not the series, but the ball will end up in South Africa hands, and with it, the win. They've shown heart, they've shown their pride, and South Africa have that win that they so wanted. They don't take the series, but they land that final blow here in Cape Town.
Been a great performance from both these teams. Hats off to the English Roses and to the SPAR Proteas. It's been phenomenal to watch them display their gifts and talents. Everything to play for, we said at the beginning of this game, for the SPAR Proteas, and they did not put a foot wrong right from that first whistle.
The positives for England, a debut for Kate Shimmin, another cap in there for Sophie Drakeford-Lewis. New combinations through court, and they take the series, but it's South Africa with a final win. They go down over the 3 days, but they take today 54-48. Oh, what a few days we've had, Zanella, here in the Velodrome. From that very first game, going all the way to extra time, to today, the bird's mess in the nest, and that win for South Africa. For the Proteas, there were changes that England made in that last quarter, and England got right back at them in the third, but it was crucial, really, wasn't it, that third quarter, that actually South Africa rode it, and to get through that and take that momentum into that final 15.
Yeah, I think, it was good for South Africa to take those changes that England made in that third quarter, but for me, what was key is when the coach of the SPAR Proteas, Doreen Barnhorst, opted to bring Lefebvre Brunneman on the goal attack, and the way she combined so well with Potgieter, really asking the defenders of England a whole lot of questions that they really couldn't answer, and South Africa just pulling away and maintaining that lead. We saw it from the beginning of the game. They were leading by, at some stage, 6-7 goals, and they kept maintaining it. This has been an impressive performance from the SPAR Proteas. I think they can be very proud of themselves. They did play for pride. They couldn't have allowed it to be a clean sweep.
Those errors throughout, actually, those last 3 days, when we talk about just how tough it is to go back to back to back, particularly after that extra time as well. What Badenhorst did do was expose her players, the bench as well, to game time, so that every time they came on court, you felt like there would be an injection of something. Penalties for England in that. You're going to look at that as a coach, and that's one of the areas to focus on.
Definitely, we haven't seen that high penalty rate from England. It's the first time so that's definitely something to go back to the drawing board and really look at and fix. Fairly equal when it comes to goal percentages, 84 for South Africa and 83 for England.
What a lovely moment for South Africa, and they deserve that, the way that they've played throughout this tournament. And both these coaches actually have wanted the players to lead from the front. Bongi Msomi, captain on court and off it for this too. But our player of the match, Phumza Maweni, just shone. I mean, it's fairly obvious. That's one of the easiest ones you'll ever get to name, isn't it?
Yeah, I was very impressed with the way she played today. She was very quiet for me in yesterday's test game, and today she really showed up from that first ball that she took, and she was consistent throughout. And this is the kind of leadership we're looking for from a player of Phumza Mawene's